Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 37 weeks pregnancy update. Today I am 37 weeks and 4 days pregnant. We are so close to 38 weeks and I just feel so amazing about that. And I have so much to update you guys on today as usual, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into telling you guys about what the bump app says for 37 weeks. So it says that the baby is the size of romaine lettuce and weighs around 6.17 pounds and is around 18.9 inches. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and get into the symptoms that the bump app says are common in 37 weeks. So the first one says the urge to nest, and I don't know if I would say that I've had like a super strong urge to nest this past in 37 weeks, but I've been kind of nesting here and there for the past few weeks. If you guys haven't seen the video that we have been preparing for the baby and I show you like how we've organized things, I'll link that in the description box below, as well as putting it above right now. The next symptom that the bump app says is heartburn. Guys, I've still been really lucky and have not experienced much heartburn. And the next symptom is spotting, and I have not spotted at all during this pregnancy. The next one is stretch marks, and if you guys have been following along, you know that I noticed stretch marks for the first time. I think it was in my last video, so around 36 weeks. I noticed some on my back that I showed you guys in my last video, and they're also on my butt, and I have also just noticed that I have some under my left boob, but other than that, I haven't noticed any other stretch marks. The next symptom is increased pressure in your abdomen, and that has definitely been the case for me. And the last symptom that the bump app says is trouble sleeping, which you guys know I've had trouble sleeping. I mean, I think most people do at this stage in their pregnancy at least. But yeah, I mean, it hasn't been as bad this past week, I wouldn't say. I mean, I like wake up a lot to go pee in the middle of the night, and then I have a lot of trouble falling back asleep after getting up to go pee, but other than that, I wouldn't say it's any worse than it has been. Okay, so now I will go ahead and get into the symptoms that I've taken notes on for this past week. So I'll go ahead and start off the video by telling you guys about my last 2 doctor's appointments. So the one that I had at 36 weeks, and then I just had a doctor's appointment yesterday at 37 weeks and 3 days. So at my 36-week appointment, my doctor checked me again to see if I was any more dilated. As some of you guys may already know, my doctor has been checking me kind of regularly because we did have a like preterm labor scare. I was having false labor contractions. And so she's just kind of been checking me ever since then, which that was around like 32 weeks or so. But so at 36 weeks, I was around 2 centimeters dilated and 50% effaced. And up until that point, every time she had checked me for dilation, it wasn't really like a big deal or anything. But this past time that she checked me for dilation, it was actually kind of painful. So other than that, that's kind of the only update I had for my 36-week appointment. But other than the fact that I did ask my doctor if my husband was going to be allowed in the room while they gave me the epidural, and my doctor said no, he's not going to be allowed to be in the room during that. So that has just, ever since I found that out, that's kind of made me like more nervous about it. So if you guys don't know if your partners are going to be allowed in the room during your epidural, I kind of suggest like you don't really find out, because honestly it's just made me more nervous about it. So yesterday at my 37-week appointment, we actually did have another ultrasound, and I'm assuming that's going to be our last ultrasound until the baby arrives. And everything is going really well. He's growing really well. They estimated that he weighs around 7 pounds and 4 ounces already, so I'm feeling really good about that. And he is still head down, and he is very low. Another thing was that my doctor measured my fundal height. That's where they measure from your pelvis bone all the way up to like the top of where your uterus is. and my fundal height was measuring at 38 weeks, which she said was a huge jump from last week. She said I was measuring at 35 weeks last week, and I don't know if maybe she just measured it wrong last week, but yeah, she was like shocked because I was at 38 weeks with my fundal height. So the baby has been moving a lot, and his movements have become so much more noticeable, just from like the outside. Like it seriously looks like there's like an alien in my belly sometimes because he pushes out so far. Throughout my pregnancy, I've had kind of like period type of cramps here and there, but this past week I've definitely been experiencing more frequent, like mild period type of cramps. It has become so much more painful to like roll over in bed. It takes me like 5 minutes just to roll over from one side to the other, and getting out of bed is so difficult now. Like I have to actually wake up my husband and have him like help me get out of bed now, which I feel so bad for, like just waking him up in the middle of the night so many times to get up to go pee. But it's almost to the point where I'm like, I need his help to get out of bed. Like I said, the baby is so low that I'm feeling so much pressure down there, and like sensitivity and soreness around my downstairs area. And even like I'm having some soreness like even underneath my like butt cheeks. I might totally butcher this name, but I actually tried to do the perineal massage down there, and it actually didn't really work out because I'm so sensitive down there right now. Like it was just kind of a little bit uncomfortable and painful. But if you guys don't know about what that is, it's basically to like try and massage and like stretch out and get that area ready for birth. I have also started drinking the red raspberry leaf tea. So this is the one that I got. I just got it on Amazon, and I just looked up like red raspberry leaf tea. And honestly, I've heard that some people like just really don't like the way it tastes. But honestly, to me, it tastes exactly like your regular brand tea. So if you guys are like tea drinkers, then it doesn't taste bad at all. But I did make sure that I asked my doctor before I started drinking it, and I waited until just yesterday after my doctor's appointment to start actually drinking it. I know there are mixed opinions about what it does exactly. Some people think that it will cause you to like start having contractions and go into labor and everything like that. And some people think that it's just good to drink it to like strengthen your uterus and get your uterus like prepared for labor and delivery. And honestly, like I've only drank 2 cups of it so far, and I haven't really noticed any like additional contractions or anything like that. And it's not like it was as soon as I drank a cup of it, it didn't start causing contractions or anything like that. So I don't really know, like I don't really have a strong opinion on it. I just figured that it's one way to start helping my body prepare. So as far as weight goes, I'm currently at 143.7, and my starting weight was 109. So I have gained a total of 34.7 pounds, and I am definitely feeling it. I am feeling so heavy. So like I mentioned, I'm still having contractions. I did actually watch a video on contractions, and the video said that there are actually 3 different types of contractions. So there's Braxton Hicks contractions, false labor contractions, and then there's real contractions. So the way that the video explained it was that whenever you have a Braxton Hicks contraction, if you feel right above your belly button and it feels soft, then that's a Braxton Hicks contraction. And if you're having a false labor contraction, your whole belly is like super hard, and if you feel right over your belly button, it feels like if you press on your forehead with 2 fingers. So I have definitely been having false labor contractions, I think for like the past few months at least. But the other night, if some of you guys are following me on Instagram, you know that I was I actually started timing my contractions because they started coming at a really regular pace. and they usually don't, like I usually have them just sporadically throughout the day, and these definitely felt strong enough and like uncomfortable enough that like I said, they started coming at a pretty regular pace, so I started timing them. The Bump app has like a contraction timer, and I took a screenshot of it, and I was having contractions pretty much every 2 to 3 minutes that lasted for about anywhere from 30 seconds to about a minute long, and that lasted for about 30 minutes straight, and then after that they started to slow down. So I wasn't really like too concerned about it after they started to slow down, obviously. So I think typically the rule is like 4-1-1, and because my contractions were not lasting, they didn't last for over 30 minutes, I didn't go into the hospital. Another thing too is that I think that I have a lot of contractions because of the fibroids that I have. I have 3 fibroids that are on the outside of my uterus, and I think because they cause my uterus to be more like irritated than the average person's, I think that that is what causes contractions. And I say that too because a lot of times I'll notice, like if I am in the car or like I'm doing something that causes me to like use my stomach muscles a little bit more, like I said, in the car when we're driving, and like if we hit bumps and stuff like that, I notice that I have a lot more contractions. So I'm thinking that a lot of them are caused by just like my uterus being irritated. The last thing that I wanted to mention to you guys before I show you my baby bump is that my husband and I actually did film the baby mama dance, and honestly guys, I just don't think that I'm gonna be posting the video. It was a lot of fun while we were dancing and everything, but it was just, I don't know, I just feel really like shy about it, and so I think what I'm gonna do is maybe just insert a few clips at the end of this video to show you guys that we actually did film it and everything, and parts of it I feel like are kind of cute and everything, but I just feel really shy about it, so I don't think I'm gonna be posting the entire video on YouTube. Sorry guys if you were looking forward to that. But as always, let me know what you guys have been experiencing and what, how far along you are in your pregnancy. I love to hear from you guys. And as always, if you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It helps out my channel a lot. And subscribe if you guys are not subscribed yet. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
On the song, come on, let me see you get gone. Baby, knock this shot's up, been pregnant for way too long.